Hello guys, what's up? This is your guy Claviso and welcome to my YouTube channel where I would be posting things that are about anything under the sun that would give value to all of us, no? To me and to you, my viewers. So by the way, I am a civil engineering profession, so basically most of those things that I said that are under the sun would be civil engineering subjects that I guess would help civil engineering students and civil engineering graduates that are preparing for their board exam. And speaking of engineering, this video is about force system. So basically, it's under the statics subject natin. No, if you're a civil engineer, you're very familiar with statics or mechanics of rigid bodies natin. So dito, we would be answering a force system and ang pinapahanap dito would be the reaction, no, or the resultant of the force system natin. Ito. To recall lang naman, no, when we say force, that is anything that changes the state of motion of the object. So say for example, we have a object at rest. So if that object at rest moves, basically there was force applied to it. Tapos kung meron naman tayong object that is moving and the tendency is that the movement or the motion changed in a sense na pwedeng mas bumilis o bumagal, it becomes faster or slower, or that from moving, it comes to a stop, then that means there was force involved in it because basically, sabi nga natin, force is the tendency to change motion. The push or the pull. No? So, eto, try natin sagutan yung problem. So, problem number 1. By the way, this problem is contributed by my sister, Architect Angelica. Architect na, no? So, ayan, this is under their correlation subject. So, ayan, try natin sagutan. Okay, so sabi dito, the problem is we have to determine the x and y components of the forces, but ang sosolve natin dito is not the individual x and y components of the forces involved, but the x and y component of the resultant. So we would be using the summation of forces later on. So how do we do this? Basic na basic, no? So, ayan, try natin sagutan. So to solve this problem, what we are going to do is just, wait lang, what happened here? Actually, ang gagawin lang natin dito is to get the summation of the forces. So if you're asked for the x component, kukunin natin lahat ng x component. So by the way, we have 4 forces involved. F1, which is 58 kilonewtons with 30 degrees with the positive x-axis. F2, 50 kilonewtons, 45 degrees naman siya with the negative x-axis. And then we have the 512 na slope for the F3, which is 45 kilonewtons. So, since slope ang binigay sa atin dito, try natin i-solve yung hypotenuse ng triangle na yan, no? So, 512 is basically a part of a Pythagorean triple. So, ang triple na yun is 5, 12, 13. So, if you're not familiar with Pythagorean triple, by the way, this is basically triple of 3 numbers na pag i-add mo, silang tatlo is masasatisfy yung Pythagorean theorem natin. The sum of the two is equal to the sum of the square of the two is equal to the square of the other. So, say for example, 3, 4, 5. 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to 5 squared. 5, 12, 13 is part of that. Okay, kasi 5 squared plus 12 squared is basically equal to 13 squared natin. Okay? So, anyway, balik tayo dito. So, gagawin lang natin is take the summation of forces. So, kung kukunin natin x component, take the summation of forces along x, and ang makukuha natin dyan is yung resultant fx. No? By the way, if we're talking about the static condition in which even with the forces applied, yung motion natin hindi nagbago, ang ginagawa lang naman natin, summation of forces is equal to 0. Okay? Pero dito kasi, we're assuming that there are really values for x and y components at hindi static yung ating system, so may value yan, kaya fx. So anyway, ang fx na yan, that is equal to, anong value na ito? Fx is equal to, so start natin sa F1, that's 58. Positive, kasi it's x to the right, so, or to the x, positive x axis, so that is 58 cosine 30 degrees plus 50. By the way, this should be negative or minus 50, no? Kasi the F2 is due to the negative axis. So, negative 50 cosine 45 degrees. Okay, and then we have the 45 kilonewtons, F3. So, that is negative pa rin kasi due to the negative x-axis. Negative 45, ang direction niyan is 5 over 13. That is 5 over 13. Okay? And then, we have an F4, which is a horizontal force plus 40. Okay? So, ang value neto, kunin natin ang value. Let's use our calculator. So, that is 58. 58 cosine 30 degrees minus 50 cosine 45 degrees. Okay? Minus 45 by 5 over 13 plus 40. And the answer would be 37.5664. So, that is the x component, 37.5664 kilonewtons. Okay, and then if we're going to get the value of summation of forces y, makukuha natin is the y component, Fy. At yung Fy na yun, this is equal to what? So we have 58 sine 30 degrees. And then plus, kasi F2 is also towards the positive y-axis. So that's plus 50 sine 45 degrees. Then for the F3, that's due to the negative y-axis, that's negative 45. Direction would be 12 over 13. Okay? And then, for the F4, it has no component, so pwede na nating plus 0 na lang. Okay? Para di kayo malito na may F4 pa tayo kinuha. So, Fy would be equal to, I guess this is positive, but let's see. This is 58 sine 30 degrees. And then, positive 50 sine 45 degrees, and then minus 45 times 12 over 13 plus 0. Okay, so what we get is 22. Okay, let me check. 58 sine plus 58 sine minus 45 times 12 over 13 plus 0. So the answer is 22. So 22.81. I'm sorry, that's 8169. Meters tuloy. That should be kilonewtons. Okay. So these are the value of the x and y component. If ever we are going to get the value of the resultant, kunin lang natin yung square root ng square nila. Okay, so that would be f is equal to fx squared plus fy squared. Okay, and the value, i-diretso natin sa calculator, that would be, wait lang. Okay, so that would be square root ng x squared plus y squared. Y squared. 37 and 22. So the answer is 43.9529. 43.9529. And if ever you're going to get the direction theta, that is simply the arctangent of fy over fx. Okay? So, pag diretso na natin yon, ilan yung theta natin? So, that would be arctangent, tangent ng alpha y over alpha x. The answer is 31.2734. So, this is 31.2734. So, basically, the resultant is maangat lang ng konti dun sa 58 and the value is 43. So, ito yung net effect natin, resultant. Okay? So, yan yung red. Nadrinawin ko kung nakita nyo sa first system. This is, ang value neto, 43.95 to 9 kilonewtons. I hope this is very clear. And ayun lang naman. If you want to send questions na pwede natin i-upload for the next videos, you may do so by commenting on the comment section. By the way, again, this is your guy Clevasa, and thank you for watching. See you again on the next video.